Welcome back to the show. Today, I want to talk specifically about 5 key nutritional tips to help you boost your energy and help you boost and balance out your mood. Here we go. Number 1. So, in this first one, I want to highlight your breakfast time. So, breakfast time is one of the number one times to really make sure that you're getting good, solid nutrition in, because essentially what happened all night long was you were fasting and your body was being deprived of vital nutrients. That can be really healthy, and that's actually a good thing to give your digestion a break. However, when you break your fast by having breakfast, we want to make sure that we are breaking it in a way that is going to set you up for more stabilized blood sugar throughout the day and help you really get that energy and that mood balancing under control first thing in the morning. Now, remember, all of these tips that I give you are merely suggestions. Your body may operate slightly differently and you may benefit from other things. However, these are just pieces of advice rather than a definite overall how it has to be done. My tip for your breakfast is to eat a breakfast that is high in protein and healthy fats. You can have some carbohydrates into that breakfast, but making sure that you're getting protein and fats to help to stabilize the blood sugar and to also bring you out of that fast in a more solid way is going to help you to have more energy, but also help to stabilize that mood. So what would that look like? That would look like perhaps 2 eggs with some avocado on a piece of sourdough toast. Or you could do 2 eggs cooked in some coconut oil over top of some scrambled sweet potato hash. Or if you need a quick breakfast, you can grab a protein shake, adding a good healthy protein powder in, maybe some collagen for some gut health, and adding in a little bit of flaxseed oil. And here you can add in the fruit or not. That depends if you want to add some carbs, but you can put a piece of fruit like a banana or a pear into it, maybe some berries to help really spice up and give your shake some thickness. Getting the protein and those healthy fats first thing in the morning is going to be really important, stabilizing your blood sugar. But the other piece I want to add in here as kind of like a little extra added bonus is make sure you're getting your water too. Hydration, hydration, hydration. So first thing in the morning, before you even have breakfast, before you have that sip of coffee, have 16 ounces of water with a little added bonus of maybe putting a little lemon juice into that as well to help with your digestion. Number three. Number three, we're moving right through the day. We're coming up to lunchtime. One of the biggest tips that I love to give to my clients is making sure that their lunch is super satisfying and that they're getting enough carbs. So I'm sure most of you have probably heard about or have experienced at one point or another that afternoon slump. It's when sugar cravings or food cravings tend to pop up the most. It's when we get tired and we're looking for caffeine or chocolate or something to boost us up. It's also when, like I just said, the cravings are really potentially heavy. And what I have seen over and over and over is that typically when someone does not have either enough food at lunchtime or their lunch was pretty boring and they need to kind of spice it up because they were bored with it, weren't really satisfied. Also, if maybe they are eating too fast and they're not enjoying their food. And then finally, if they are not getting enough carbohydrates into their lunch. All of these seem to go hand in hand with more food cravings, but also feeling less energetic and like you need to snack on something that's going to pick you up or have that cup of coffee. So making sure that lunch is super satisfying, tasty, potentially one of the bigger meals of the day, potentially depends on you and your body and your makeup. And also adding some carbs in that's going to help you to feel more energetic and just feel more satisfied. Also helping to raise up some of those feel good neurotransmitters in the brain so that you are feeling better mood, more balanced mood, and able to get through that slump that does often happen in the afternoon. And finally, number 5. Number 5, we're talking again as a whole throughout the day, as a whole throughout the week. But what I want to emphasize for number 5 is looking at what kind of foods that maybe you're allergic to or that cause some big digestive distress issues. You may not always know what you're allergic to. You may think that everything is just going fine and dandy. However, if you find, for example, that something causes some bloating, excessive bloating, some diarrhea, some constipation, or if you just feel kind of gurgly in your stomach, or maybe you might notice that you're feeling more tired and exhausted after a meal. Those are some good signs and indicators that you probably had something that your body was not super happy with, that wasn't feeding you on more of an energetic level. So looking at what some of those foods may be, there's 2 that are huge that seem to be very offending for a lot of people. Not everybody, but for a lot of people that I just want to highlight. That's gluten and dairy. So if you have any of these reactions after a meal that has some gluten in it, maybe bread or some white pasta, or if you have the reaction after having dairy with one of your meals, that could be a big indicator that you, my friend, are dealing with some intolerances or some allergies or some kind of sensitivity that is not jiving with your body. And that's what you need to focus on, of how to get that body back and being nutritionally fed, but also giving it what it needs to stabilize the blood sugar and to also keep the inflammation and the stress on your body down.